As we celebrate World Intellectual Property Day in 2024, this year's theme is very close to our hearts at the university. We are talking about intellectual property and the Sustainable Development Goals, building our common future with innovation and creativity. The University of the Western Cape Technology Transfer Office has a very important role as the driver of innovation and research impact. We look at the groundbreaking research that is generated at our institution, as well as the intellectual property created by our researchers, and we make sure that it does not remain within the confines of the university. We have a multifaceted and dynamic approach to technology transfer by ensuring the transformation of research findings from our researchers into actual tangible solutions through various activities. Some of these include strategic partnerships, license agreements, creation of new ventures, and most importantly, collaborative initiatives. Our role is to catalyze the commercialization of the intellectual property developed at the university and thereby ensuring that we advance the Sustainable Development Goals.
It is with great pleasure and pride that I am able to discuss a topic that is not only crucial for the present, but holds the key to our common future: the Sustainable Development Goals. At the heart of this discussion lies the indispensable role of research, innovation, and creativity in driving these goals forward. Here at the University of the Western Cape, we are proud to be at the forefront of this endeavor. Our institution is committed to making a meaningful contribution towards realizing the SDGs, and one of our most powerful tools in this journey is innovation. Through cutting-edge research and creative solutions, we have the opportunity to address some of the most pressing challenges facing humanity today. By safeguarding and leveraging our intellectual assets, we are not only protecting the fruits of our labor, but also ensuring that they are utilized to their fullest potential for the greater good. Whether it's a groundbreaking medical discovery, a revolutionary clean energy technology, or a transformative educational program, our IP serves as the bedrock upon which we build our contributions to the SDGs.
Please join me as we highlight some of the technologies within our portfolio that look at advancing the Sustainable Development Goals.
WeCare is a digital platform which links workers to clients, and what sets it apart from other tech platforms is the fact that it is owned by workers, and its very existence was to move away from the kind of exploitative nature of digital platforms as they currently exist. WeCare, completely different, set itself up as a cooperative, collectively owned entity, owned by domestic workers and developed through their direct input in terms of their requirements as workers who have been historically exploited, and here was an opportunity for them to develop their own enterprise, their own social enterprise, develop their skills and also their ability to run the platform themselves. When we started out, with this co-creation of the technical platform, we found that the developer didn't quite understand what was required, and we needed some more work, some more input. And then the TTO had put out a call for proposals, and we thought here's an opportunity to partner and to collaborate with an institution that understands the requirements of the development that we had set out to facilitate. And so it's very important the kind of support, the institutional support that WeCare received from the TTO to take it to the kind of logical conclusion of a work-owned platform.
We're here today to discuss the Sustainable Development Goal 6, which relates to the availability and sustainability of water and sanitation for everyone. And one of the things that we'd like to discuss today is, in particular, a patent that was developed by myself and Prof. Bladdergroen related to the processing of waste oils in water, specifically emulsions. Generally, when people process waste or process water, specifically wastewater, they focus on the water, trying to get that as clean as possible. The way to process that wastewater is the use of chemicals. And what we've done in our research is to try and limit the amount of chemicals and to recover as much of the wastewater as well as the oil. People focus too much on the water recovery, and the oils tend to go to landfill. And we want to use the oils as a beneficial product going forward.
The importance of treatment, of adequate treatment of water, is that the water can be reused. And that is, in our day and age, a lot of the available water resources are getting contaminated. And the world population is growing, so the need for clean water is really becoming very urgent. So it is very important that we find adequate technologies that can treat the water to the point where you can reuse it. So you're not always relying on fresh surface water or rainwater or groundwater.
So my PhD research led to the development of the patent, and with the help of the TTO office here at UWC, we applied for a patent, and we discovered that this research was patentable, and we filed the patent in 2022.
I'd like to talk to you about the Bifumla Spacer project. It is a project that involves the manufacture of cost-effective spacer devices for the treatment of asthma. Now, a spacer device is a unit that is attached to an MDI or MDU, also known as an asthma pump. So if you attach the two together, under normal circumstances, a patient will utilize a normal asthma pump. But the difficulty with this is to synchronize the actuation or pressing this and breathing at the same time to get the required medication to the lungs. So especially with the younger children and kids, it becomes even more difficult. And that is where a spacer device comes in. So you attach the two, and the child puts the mouth to this part, and it helps in delivering a higher quantity of medicine to the lungs. We want to empower communities, and we want to empower the healthcare facilities. Normally, when devices like this are made, they are supplied to the healthcare facilities. But our idea in terms of the kit that we designed via instructional videos, via PDF files, in a manner that it is reproducible and easily implementable in the clinics. In fact, all the consumables and the methodology and the terminology that we use is designed so that it can be utilized in many clinics in South Africa.
This is the first puppet that we are building, that Ukwanda has built and designed in the brand new laboratory of kinetic objects, the Ukwanda Laboratory of Puppetry. And it is really a first for South Africa, and possibly on the entire African continent, that we have a kinetic object and puppetry specific artistic critical research space that is at a university. It's really unheard of, and it's testament to the courage and vision of the directors who could see to invest and to commit to this long-term vision that this has now come to being.
Intellectual property is a critical incentive for innovation and creativity, which in turn are key for driving forward the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Different types of rights can protect different forms of intellectual property. For instance, patents for inventions, trademarks for brands, and copyright protection for creative works like movies, songs, and books. Every day, ordinary people come up with extraordinary new ways to change the world for the better. Intellectual property facilitates technology transfer, and it fosters collaboration between inventors, universities, industry, and the government. all to promote the Sustainable Development Goals. But most of all, intellectual property serves to motivate the creation of innovative solutions to society's most pressing problems.
The NIPMO office is mandated to assist the institutions of higher learning as well as science councils to establish offices of technology transfer. These offices must be appropriately staffed with highly qualified people that have got various skills or interdisciplinary skills in order to be able to help their researchers to identify, to protect, as well as to utilize and commercialize intellectual property for the benefit of the Republic of South Africa.
Thank you for celebrating World IP Day 2024 with us, and let's all work together to ensure that intellectual property is implemented in order to advance a better future for all.